The sun was high and bright over the city, but inside the busy corporate tower of Luminatech, a quiet storm was forming, one that would change lives in ways no one expected. It all started when a group of young executives thought it would be funny to set up the building's janitor, a humble and soft-spoken man named Rayan Holt, on a fake blind date with the company's famously strict female CEO, Mira Valente. Their plan was simple: embarrass him, record his reaction, and laugh about it later. What they didn't know was that the moment Mira opened her mouth, the entire room would fall silent, and every person present would feel something crack open inside them. If you believe in kindness and second chances, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to LifeSpark Stories. Your support helps us spread powerful, touching moments like this one. Rayan was 50 years old, with tired eyes that carried years of hidden battles. He cleaned floors, scrubbed windows, and quietly blended into the background of a life that had not always been kind to him. The day shifted because he cherished the way the sunlight fell through the tall glass panels. It reminded him that however difficult the world became, morning always returned. Behind his gentle smile lived the weight of losing his wife, raising his son alone until the boy moved abroad for studies, surviving life's storms with dignity even when no one seemed to notice. And today, unaware of the cruel setup, he had ironed his only good shirt, borrowed a tie from a neighbor, nervously toward the company cafe where the date was arranged. The young executives hid behind pillars, some holding phones ready to record. Laughter hovered in the air like a cold shadow. Rayan entered the cafe early, sitting at a small window table where sunlight washed over him. He kept adjusting his sleeves, smoothing the edges of his shirt, whispering to himself that maybe, just maybe, something good was finally happening for him. To them, it was a joke. To him, it was hope. Mira Valente walked in. She was in her late 30s, sharp and poised, with a reputation for perfection and ice-cold professionalism. So when she approached the table and saw Rayan sitting there, nervous and hopeful, she immediately sensed something was wrong. She noticed the muffled giggles behind the pillars, the phone slightly raised, the cruel smirks, and in that moment her expression shifted, not to anger but to something deeper. A memory, a realization, a silent wound resurfaced. Instead of walking away, she sat down gracefully across from him. She folded her hands and offered him a soft smile, so gentle that even the hidden spectators felt confusion rise inside them. Rayan, trembling slightly, apologized for being early, but Mira shook her head, assuring him there was nothing to apologize for. As the laughter behind them grew quieter, she leaned forward and began to speak, not to Rayan alone, loud enough for everyone to hear. She told him she understood what it felt like to be underestimated, overlooked, dismissed as less than. Because of what you do, not who you are. She shared that before becoming CEO, she had worked as a cleaner in her uncle's workshop while going to night school, her clothes smelling of oil and dust, her hands always rough from work. She said that the only reason she kept going was because one person, just one, treated her with respect when no one else did. Voice tightened as she said, "People forget that every job has dignity. People forget that kindness is something you never joke about. And people forget that sometimes the strongest hearts belong to the quietest workers." Silence swept the room as if someone had pulled the air out of it. Those hiding felt a sting in their eyes, guilt pressing on their chests. Rayan sat frozen, his eyes glistening as he realized she wasn't mocking him, she was defending him. Then Mira stood toward the young executives and said with unwavering calm, "If you find humor in humiliating someone who has done nothing but serve this company with loyalty and honesty, then the only thing truly embarrassing here is your character." Not a single phone remained raised. Not a single laugh survived, as Mira offered Rayan her hand and invited him to join her for a real cup of tea. No jokes, no cameras, just kindness. Everyone around them felt something shift inside their hearts, a painful reminder of how easy it is to hurt someone who asks for nothing but respect. If this story touched your heart, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to LifeSpark Stories. Your support means the world and helps us continue bringing powerful stories to you.